While some dealerships are completely cleared out this summer, others are drowning in massive lot inventory that nobody wants to touch. Driven by brutal depreciation, shifting trends, and high interest rates, a few specific platforms have become total showroom poison. If you want to see which models dealers are absolutely desperate to get rid of, here are the worst-selling SUVs in America right now for July 2026. Number 10. Cadillac Lyriq. The Cadillac Lyriq looks like the future of luxury on the outside, but the ownership experience hasn't always lived up to that premium image. While it's undeniably stylish and comfortable, many owners have reported enough software and electrical frustrations to make buyers think twice before spending this much money. The biggest concern isn't the electric drivetrain itself. Instead, it's the technology surrounding it. Owners have reported infotainment glitches, screen freezes, driver assistance system errors, charging-related software bugs, and occasional warning messages that require dealership visits even when nothing appears mechanically wrong. These issues become even more frustrating because the Lyriq is positioned as a luxury SUV. Buyers paying premium prices expect everything to work flawlessly, yet many early owners have found themselves waiting for software updates or repeated dealership appointments to resolve problems that shouldn't exist in the first place. To Cadillac's credit, many issues have been addressed through software updates, and newer production models have shown noticeable improvements. Even so, the Lyriq's ownership record still isn't as reassuring as several rival electric SUVs that have proven more consistent from the start. The Cadillac Lyriq proves that impressive styling and cutting-edge technology don't always guarantee a worry-free ownership experience, especially when software becomes the weakest part of the vehicle. Number 9. Chevrolet Blazer EV. The Chevrolet Blazer EV looked like it had all the ingredients to become a sales success. It carried a familiar name, bold styling, modern technology, and the backing of one of America's biggest automakers. Yet in July 2026, it has become one of the worst-selling SUVs in the country, proving that a recognizable badge alone isn't enough to convince buyers. One of the biggest reasons is fierce competition. The electric SUV market is packed with compelling options from Tesla, Hyundai, Kia, Honda, Ford, and several other manufacturers, giving buyers more choices than ever before. Standing out in that crowd has become incredibly difficult, especially when rivals continue offering aggressive discounts and attractive financing deals. The Blazer EV has also struggled to shake off the reputation created during its launch. Early software issues and production setbacks hurt buyer confidence, and while Chevrolet has addressed many of those problems, first impressions tend to last much longer than manufacturers would like. Many shoppers simply moved on to alternatives they viewed as safer purchases. Pricing has created another obstacle. Buyers spending this much money expect exceptional value, and many have found stronger alternatives offering similar technology, competitive driving range, or a more established track record. That has left dealers working much harder to move inventory than originally expected. The Chevrolet Blazer EV isn't lacking style or performance, but today's buyers are demanding more than attractive design. Tough competition, lingering reputation concerns, and changing EV buying habits have pushed the Blazer EV toward the bottom of the sales charts, making it one of America's slowest-selling SUVs in July 2026. Number 8. Volkswagen ID.4. Just a few years ago, the Volkswagen ID.4 looked like it was going to become one of America's biggest electric SUV success stories. Early demand was strong, buyers appreciated its practical design, and Volkswagen finally seemed ready to compete in the rapidly growing EV market. Fast forward to July 2026, and the picture has changed dramatically. The ID.4 has slipped into the group of America's worst-selling SUVs as buyers continue looking elsewhere. One of the biggest reasons is the incredible pace of the EV market. What once felt modern now faces newer rivals with longer driving range, quicker charging speeds, better software, and more advanced technology. Buyers spending their money today naturally want the latest package, making older EVs like the ID.4 much harder to justify. The vehicle has also struggled with its reputation. Over the years, software glitches, infotainment frustrations, and quality concerns have hurt buyer confidence. Volkswagen has worked to improve the SUV, but many shoppers still remember those early complaints, and that hesitation has translated directly into weaker showroom traffic. Competition is another major challenge. Nearly every manufacturer now offers at least one electric SUV, creating a market where buyers have dozens of alternatives at similar price points. With so many choices available, the ID.4 no longer stands out the way it once did. The Volkswagen ID.4 remains a practical electric SUV, but practicality alone isn't driving sales anymore. Fierce competition, fading excitement, and years of reputation challenges have pushed the ID.4 toward the bottom of America's SUV sales rankings, making it one of the slowest-selling models on the market in July 2026. Number 7. Maserati Grecale. You would expect a luxury SUV wearing the Maserati badge to attract buyers without much effort. After all, exclusivity, Italian styling, and performance have always been the brand's biggest selling points. But in July 2026, the Grecale is struggling to find customers, making it one of the worst-selling SUVs in America despite everything it has going for it on paper. The biggest obstacle is its price. Buyers spending well over $70,000 have no shortage of outstanding alternatives. BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, Lexus, and Genesis all offer luxury SUVs with stronger reputations, more established dealer networks, and better long-term ownership records. When shoppers compare them side by side, convincing someone to choose the Grecale becomes much more difficult. Another issue is confidence. Maserati has never matched the reliability reputation of its German or Japanese rivals, and many luxury buyers know that. Even if the Grecale delivers an enjoyable driving experience, concerns about long-term maintenance costs and depreciation often push buyers toward brands they consider safer financial decisions. The Grecale also suffers from limited brand reach. Maserati dealerships are far less common than those of competing luxury manufacturers, making servicing and ownership less convenient for many Americans. The Maserati Grecale offers plenty of style and personality, but luxury buyers demand more than beautiful design. Premium pricing, fierce competition, lingering reliability concerns, and limited dealer support have left the Grecale struggling to attract customers, making it one of America's slowest-selling SUVs in July 2026. Number 6. Audi Q6 e-tron. The Audi Q6 e-tron arrived with enormous expectations. As Audi's newest premium electric SUV, many expected it to become one of the brand's biggest success stories in America. Instead, by July 2026, it has struggled to gain the sales momentum Audi was hoping for, landing among the country's worst-selling SUVs despite offering impressive technology and a premium badge. One of the biggest reasons is timing. The luxury EV segment has become incredibly crowded, with nearly every premium automaker fighting for the same group of buyers. Shoppers considering the Q6 e-tron can also choose from the BMW iX, Mercedes-Benz EQE SUV, Cadillac Lyriq, Genesis electrified GV70, Porsche Macan electric, and several others. With so many strong alternatives, standing out has become far more difficult than Audi expected. Price is another challenge. Premium electric SUVs are expensive, and buyers spending that kind of money expect every part of the ownership experience to feel exceptional. Many shoppers have decided competing models offer better value, stronger performance, or more recognizable EV credentials, leaving the Q6 e-tron struggling to separate itself from the pack. The cooling EV market hasn't helped either. Buyers have become far more cautious than they were a few years ago, and many are delaying purchases while waiting for even better battery technology, lower prices, or improved charging infrastructure. The Audi Q6 e-tron is a capable luxury SUV, but capability alone isn't enough in today's market. Fierce competition, premium pricing, cautious EV buyers, and a crowded luxury segment have combined to make the Q6 e-tron one of America's slowest-selling SUVs in July 2026. Number 5. Jeep Wagoneer S. Jeep built its reputation on rugged SUVs that buyers couldn't wait to own. That's exactly why the slow sales of the Wagoneer S have caught so many people by surprise. As Jeep's premium all-electric SUV, it was expected to attract both loyal Jeep fans and new EV buyers. Instead, in July 2026, it has become one of the slowest-selling SUVs in America. One of the biggest challenges is identity. Traditional Jeep buyers usually associate the brand with off-road capability, gasoline-powered performance, and adventure-focused vehicles. The Wagoneer S takes a completely different approach, and not every long-time Jeep customer has been ready to make that transition. At the same time, many EV shoppers are already looking at brands with more established electric lineups, leaving the Wagoneer S stuck between two different groups of buyers. Pricing has also limited its appeal. The premium price tag places it in direct competition with luxury electric SUVs from Audi, BMW, Cadillac, Genesis, Mercedes-Benz, and Tesla. That's an incredibly competitive segment where buyers expect outstanding technology, proven ownership experiences, and strong resale value. Another obstacle is the current EV market itself. Demand has become more selective, incentives vary widely, and many shoppers are waiting to see how battery technology continues to evolve before making such a large investment. The Jeep Wagoneer S brings bold styling and impressive performance to the table, but brand confusion, intense competition, premium pricing, and slower EV demand have combined to make it one of America's worst-selling SUVs in July 2026. Number 4. Toyota Cycar. Seeing a Toyota on a list like this almost feels wrong. After all, the brand is known for producing some of the best-selling and most trusted vehicles in America. But the all-new Toyota Cycar hasn't enjoyed the same success. Despite carrying one of the strongest badges in the industry, it has struggled to generate meaningful sales momentum in July 2026, making it one of the slowest-selling SUVs in the country. The biggest challenge is internal competition. Buyers walking into a Toyota dealership already have plenty of familiar choices. The RAV4 continues dominating the compact SUV segment, the Corolla Cross attracts value-conscious shoppers, and Toyota's growing hybrid lineup gives customers even more reasons to look elsewhere. That leaves the Cycar fighting for attention against its own family before it even competes with rival brands. Pricing has also become a factor. Many buyers compare the Cycar with slightly larger SUVs that offer more passenger room, more cargo space, or better overall versatility for a similar monthly payment. When the price gap isn't significant, shoppers often decide to move up instead of settling for the smaller option. Another obstacle is the crowded crossover market itself. Nearly every manufacturer now offers multiple compact SUVs, giving buyers dozens of strong alternatives with established reputations. Standing out in such a competitive segment requires something truly unique, and many shoppers simply haven't found that reason with the Cycar. The Toyota Cycar isn't struggling because it's a bad vehicle. Strong competition inside and outside the Toyota lineup, changing buyer preferences, and limited differentiation have combined to leave this compact crossover sitting near the bottom of America's SUV sales charts in July 2026. Number 3. Subaru Trailseeker. Launching an all-new electric SUV is never easy, especially when buyers already have dozens of established choices. That's the challenge facing the Subaru Trailseeker. Despite arriving with plenty of anticipation, Subaru's newest electric SUV has struggled to build meaningful sales momentum, making it one of the worst-selling SUVs in America during July 2026. The biggest hurdle is that Subaru buyers are some of the most loyal customers in the industry, but they're also among the most cautious. Many have built their trust around dependable gasoline-powered models like the Forester, Outback, and Crosstrek. Convincing those loyal customers to switch to an all-electric SUV hasn't happened as quickly as Subaru expected, especially while many are waiting to see how the company's EV lineup develops over the next few years. Competition has only made things harder. The Trailseeker enters a market already packed with electric SUVs from Hyundai, Kia, Tesla, Chevrolet, Honda, and several other manufacturers that have spent years establishing themselves in the EV space. Buyers comparing features, charging networks, and overall ownership experience often find themselves looking at more familiar alternatives. Pricing is another challenge. The Trailseeker isn't inexpensive, and many shoppers are questioning whether it's worth paying a premium for a brand new model with such a limited track record when proven competitors are sitting just a few spaces away in the showroom. The Subaru Trailseeker may eventually find its audience, but cautious EV buyers, fierce competition, and Subaru's own loyal customer base, moving more slowly toward electrification, have combined to make it one of America's slowest-selling SUVs in July 2026. Number 2. Genesis GV60. The Genesis GV60 has received praise from reviewers for its design, technology, and driving experience, yet those compliments haven't translated into strong sales. In July 2026, it remains one of America's worst-selling SUVs, proving that building an excellent vehicle doesn't always guarantee buyers will show up at dealerships. One of the biggest reasons is brand awareness. Genesis has made enormous progress over the past few years, but many luxury buyers still instinctively shop at BMW, Audi, Lexus, or Cadillac before considering Genesis. When people are spending premium money, familiar badges often carry just as much weight as the product itself. The GV60 also faces intense competition within the luxury EV market. Buyers have an overwhelming number of choices, many offering similar performance, comparable driving range, and increasingly sophisticated technology. Standing out in such a crowded segment has become incredibly difficult, especially as competing brands continue introducing new models and attractive lease offers. Another challenge is value perception. Even though the GV60 is well-equipped, some shoppers hesitate to spend luxury SUV money on a relatively young brand when long-established competitors are available for similar prices. That hesitation has slowed showroom traffic and made moving inventory much harder than expected. The Genesis GV60 deserves far more attention than it's currently receiving, but limited brand recognition, fierce luxury EV competition, and cautious premium buyers have combined to keep sales surprisingly low, making it one of America's slowest-selling SUVs in July 2026. Number 1. Audi Q4 e-tron. The biggest surprise on this list isn't that an electric SUV is struggling. It's that an Audi wearing one of the world's most respected luxury badges has fallen all the way to the bottom of the sales charts. In July 2026, the Audi Q4 e-tron has become America's worst-selling SUV, and the reasons go far beyond simple bad luck. The Q4 e-tron entered the market with plenty of promise, but the segment around it changed at an incredible pace. Buyers now expect longer driving range, faster charging, better software, and stronger value than ever before. New competitors have continued raising the bar while aggressive pricing from Tesla, Cadillac, Hyundai, Kia, and several Chinese-backed global EV brands has made winning customers significantly harder for every luxury manufacturer. Audi also faces a difficult balancing act within its own lineup. Buyers willing to spend premium money often stretch their budget for the newer Q6 e-tron or choose a gasoline-powered Audi SUV instead. That leaves the Q4 e-tron squeezed from both directions, competing against newer technology above it and heavily discounted rivals around it. The broader EV market has added even more pressure. Demand has cooled from its early boom years, buyers have become much more selective, and many shoppers are waiting for the next generation of battery technology before committing to an expensive electric SUV. Luxury brands have felt that slowdown particularly hard. The Audi Q4 e-tron remains a refined and capable vehicle, but today's market rewards more than premium badges. Fierce competition, shifting buyer priorities, internal competition, and slowing EV demand have pushed the Q4 e-tron to the bottom of America's SUV sales rankings, making it the worst-selling SUV in the country during July 2026. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.